There are team leaders and managers that really radiate a sense of calmness, even in stressful situations. This kind of people can stay calm under stress when all others around them seem to lose their heads and become tangled up with their emotions. How does that work? I'll give you my 5 tips on how you, as a manager, can stay calm under stress. Stay tuned. If you want to learn more about leadership and career, do subscribe to my channel by clicking on the bell, and you will be notified automatically about new videos uploaded. In my time as a manager and leader, I often had trouble to keep cool in critical situations. Amazingly, there were few people who didn't seem to struggle with stress at all. So I started to watch them closely and learn from them. Nowadays, because of that, I can stay much more calm and composed. Does it always work? No, but more and more. Calmness is based on self-confidence, clear thinking and optimism. One who goes through life with confidence and optimism will most likely keep his head and stay calm even in critical situations. Why? Because such a person has internalized beliefs like nothing is as bad as it looks, things like that. Now, some of you might say, yeah, but this person had it easy in life. No wonder he sees it like that. But for me, it's a totally different story. But that's mostly not the case. It's actually not true at all that these optimistic, confident people had an easy life. It's often quite the opposite. Very often they had some hard times and hard experiences, but they've analyzed these deep hits over time and reflected and processed them. So if you want to become more calm, you have to analyze previous situations where you couldn't stay cool. For example, situations when you were angry or anxious, or situations when you were uncertain and you started to doubt yourself. This post-processing of previous situations can help you tremendously to become more confident and to keep calm in similar situations in the future. You decide for yourself on how to react. You will be able to stay in control and you won't be driven by emotions like anger or anxiety, which allows you now then to act and reflect more calmly. In my experience, to be self-determined and prepared for these stressful situations, it's very helpful to have options. Options in order to become more calm. Here are my 5 tips on how you can stay calm if you feel that you're reaching a critical point. A critical point where you might slide back into your old behavior, in your old pattern, or you start to boil over, something like that. Let's start with number 1. Breathe. Yeah, great. Breathing. I'm breathing anyway. But it doesn't help. No, I mean really take a deep breath. If we experience stress or if we are overwhelmed by a particular situation, our breathing normally usually changes. It becomes faster and more shallow. We become tense. You know that. When this is happening, just count to 10 in your head and consciously breathe deeply in and long out. This will calm you down. Number 2, be silent. Take your time to reflect. Keep a distance while being fully aware. Try to get to the point where you simply observe yourself. Number 3, take a break. When you feel you're just about to lose your patience or to fly off the handle, and then normally you say something that you will regret later on. If that happens, just take a break. The moment you realize that. During a conversation, just ask for a break. Get up and leave the room. For example, to use the bathroom. That's a normal human need. Nobody can object to that, right? Number 4, If provoked, don't take it personal. It's helpful in these kind of situations to simply take it as it were not aimed at you. Of course, that's not always easy. I understand that. But try to remind yourself not he or she is doing something, not he or she is provoking you. It's you allowing yourself to be provoked. Just don't let that happen. You decide if you are provoked or not. And last but not least, number 5, don't take on every challenge. Taking on every challenge is a mistake. This is something that I used to do very often, much too often. Of course, there are situations when you really need to stand your ground and act consistent. For example, during a meeting where your important project is being discussed and a colleague strongly argues against it. Okay. Or if your manager comes down unreasonably on one of your team members. That's when you do need to step in. But you really don't need to switch to confrontation mode every time you're under attack. You don't need to take on every challenge. You don't need to pick every fight. Sometimes it's already enough not to listen, to simply ignore things and don't let yourself get carried away. This kind of calmness can be extremely helpful. Learn when to stand your ground, which fights are worth picking and which are not. And if you decide to get involved, then do it with your full commitment. Don't let yourself get carried away and react to everything and everyone, because then you're not self-determined anymore, but driven. You don't want to be driven, but as a manager, you are in the driver's seat. Somebody else is just flipping a switch and you react to it? Don't do that. Become self-determined and therefore then confident and calm. I wish you the best of luck and much success in becoming more confident and calm, and therefore a better leader. If you enjoyed watching my video, please let me know by giving me a like or thumbs up here on YouTube. Thank you very much, and till next time.